Alright, if loving you is wrong, fans, this will probably be the last video I record at the moment. It is currently 9:20 a.m. Monday morning, March 25th, 2019. I've been up since 10:30 p.m. and I've recorded 8 or 9 videos before this one. Why am I telling you this? I have no idea, but this is a video where I know that I was not going to title it Kelly's acting sucks. That is not what I want to say in this video. I think I mentioned this in my 20-minute video. I think, what did I call that one? Has Tyler Perry lost his touch? And I talk about various elements that the fan base has been bringing up for quite some time, and I give my input on it. But man, let me put it this way. A lot of people don't like Kelly. And it's strange to me because I think I even did a poll on my I think I might have done a poll, either a poll on the YouTube community tab, or I made a post on Instagram about it, and I said, what do you think about Kelly still being alive? Do you wish she was killed off? Are you glad she's okay? Because rewatching the series, you know, within the span of a couple of months, because I said that, you know, late 2018, early 2019, I was rewatching the series from the beginning before the show came back on, you know, back when I and everybody else originally thought the show was coming back February 27th, but then it got pushed back to March. I really just saw the evolution of Kelly's character, and yeah, there are a lot of times where she was annoying, but for the most part, I really felt for the character because, if anything, when you think about it, when you look at Natalie, Esperanza, Marcy, Alex, am I missing anyone? I think those are it. I think there's only 4. Kelly, Natalie, Esperanza, Marcy, Alex. Five. When you really think about it, Kelly is typically the one who gets in over her head, so to speak. Esperanza kind of just goes after the bad boys looking for trouble. Marcy is just lonely in a marriage when you think about it. Brad is kind of in the same way too. But Alex pretty much puts herself into predicaments. Natalie's like the mother goose who isn't afraid of tough love. And yeah, Esperanza, yeah, that about covers it. So I think that Kelly is pretty much the one who gets in way over her head. So I feel like, if anything, she's the one that has to deal with the most. And I think Natalie really put things into a worse perspective when she gave, you know, Kelly access to a gun. So let me put it this way, and this really isn't a Kelly breakdown video. This is more of a, you tell me what you think in the comments below in regards to, are you happy she's still alive? Do you wish they would have killed her off? Let me put it this way. I think it would have been a shame if she was killed off, you know, especially for justice and whatnot. And not to mention, you know, the fact that she was kind of pushed into this situation. But I think when you really think about it, and this is just my opinion, I wish she would have got killed off. Jeremy, you wish she would have got killed off too? You think she sucks? No, I'm not really saying that I wish she was killed off for the sake of, man, she can't act, or man, Kelly's so annoying. I said this in that Tyler Perry lost his touch video. I really don't fault the actors and actresses on any of his series, because when I think of a person delivering dialogue through body language or just, you know, verbally, it really comes down to the director and what they want from the character. So if a cast member does or say something that seems weird, like for example, the haves and the have-nots go back to 15 minutes and out of time, I despise Justin as a character. But at the same time, I just felt like they turned up the creepy meter on him way too high from where it usually is. So when you go back to those last 2 episodes of this season, Justin is in a way out of character because they dialed up his character trait of creepy way off the charts when it should have been dialed back. With Kelly, it's kind of like, you know, yeah, I kind of see why people say, man, that's bad acting. But once again, I'm not faulting the actress because she's only giving what the director is asking of them. If he wanted the lines to be delivered in another form or fashion, or have her body express different emotions, then he would ask for that. But I do know from a lot of interviews, You know, I've seen with various cast members of different shows and movies with Tyler Perry, they say that typically they go with like the first take and maybe one for safety. But, you know, sometimes it's like, well, dang, I wish, you know, because I think I could have conveyed something a different way. But, you know, they move so fast paced. But once again, I am just a fan. Let me just say that once again. I don't work for Tyler Perry Studios or anything like that. I'm just a fan of the show. And I pretty much get all my intel from interviews, articles, and sources that people give me. So I try to triple check things before I mention it on the channel. But for the most part, you know, I just feel like the cast of all of his projects give whatever Tyler Perry asks, or they just go with the first take. And yeah, there have been times where I feel like the character, not just Kelly, but I feel like a character is conveying an emotion that typically doesn't go with the lines coming out of their mouth. But that's just my opinion. But all that aside, because once again, I'm not on the she can't act boat. I actually liked her role in Black Lightning, but too bad she got killed off there. But who knows, she might be back because of those Lazarus Pit things. Lazarus Pit, you know, if you read the comments, you know, Ra's al Ghul, but they brought back Lala, so they could probably bring her back too. But what I'm thinking about is the fact that looking at another comic book reference, CW The Flash Season 3, Iris West being killed by Savitar. Really wish he would have gotten killed just for the sake of seeing if they were brave enough to make a bold move like that. And then what would they do with the show? I think, honestly, having Kelly die would be a good thing because it really would have amped up the tension and the drama in the series. And kind of like, you know, when Amanda got killed in the Haves and the Have-Nots, which still has not been resolved yet. It really could have been a question of who was the one that pushed her that far. Let's say if Eddie was right and, you know, she did die, and then, you know, he was running his mouth off about going over to the cell, and, you know, then they thought he was the one that gave her the shoelace, which I'm still questioning how a shoelace would be able to support her. But it's kind of like, well, when you think about it, it's kind of weird that you know, Eddie would say that and then she actually is dead. And then, you know, people will be pointing the finger like, you know, who is kind of like, you know, what was it, that play Into the Woods, where it's like everybody's blaming another person, saying it's my fault, no, it's your fault. It would have been like that. But it would have been a mystery for sure, you know, who was the one that pushed her, because yeah, she committed suicide, but you have to look at all the factors leading up to that, because kind of like, you know, Rick feeling responsible, or Esperanza really pouring down the guilt on him, but everybody had a role to play. And I mean, I said this in another video a while back, but I always thought about a lesson I learned in Sunday school from the teacher who really just gave us a great lesson. It was about, you know, it was the Easter season, pretty much, you know, talking about the crucifixion and whatnot. And she asked the class, you know, who was responsible for Jesus' death? Peter for lying and denying him, Judas for betraying him, Pilate for pretty much appeasing to the crowd as opposed to stopping the crucifixion when he had the power to do so. And the list went on. And I think everybody in the class, for the most part, picked a different person. But at the end of the day, she was like, no. Everyone had a specific role to play. So it was almost like a domino effect. And that hit me. And I was like 7 or 8, yet I still remember that almost 20 years later, because it's so relevant to different stories and TV shows and whatnot today, where sometimes the blame isn't just one person. It's like a snowball effect where, you know, you slowly push a snowball down a hill, and as it gets bigger and bigger as it rolls down, you see that more things are added to it, or the ripple effect, or knocking down one domino and a bunch of others fall down. So everyone would have a role to play. The big factor would be who was the person or the reason or the definitive reason Kelly did what she did. But then the season finale would be the big reveal as to what exactly happened. I think that would have been a brave move for Tyler Perry to pull. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, it's all good. You know, Kelly's actress is on the show, you know, still making money and whatnot from the show. But at the same time, for the sake of the story, I think it would have been pretty interesting if they did kill her off just for the sake of amping up this season. Just my opinion. But with that being said, you know, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below in terms of the Kelly situation. Do you wish they would have killed her off for the same reason I do, for the sake of creating an interesting story / mystery for the season? Or are you on the I wish you were dead because I don't like the character? Or are you just glad that she's okay? Alright guys, and that about does it for this particular video. I do have a couple of announcements about what's to come on the channel, so if you want to stick around in here, that's great. If you don't, That's all well and good too. I understand you clicked on here to get information about Kelly, and you got him. Just let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But as always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share this video around, and of course subscribe and hit the bell notification icon, because remember, trying to get this channel up to 100,000 subscribers. But anyway, quick announcements here. This is like the 9th or 10th video I recorded in a row, so I definitely need to do a vocal rest. You know, I'm going to edit these videos and hopefully have some up between now and Wednesday, kind of spread them out, or post them at one time. You all know how I do on this channel. It really depends on how I feel. But to give you insight as to what videos are coming next, because there are a couple of big ones I have yet to record, because, you know, they do require a lot of work. But let me just list off some videos here. Number one, just kind of a video going over what If Loving You Is Wrong fans want to see this season more than anything else, kind of listing off the top things that fans want to see. Let's see here. A video about Tony on the Haves and the Have-Nots. His kidney. Is the man still alive? Let's see. Jeffrey Owens. When is he coming to the Haves and the Have-Nots? A video going over other YouTubers who talk about the show. The Haves and the Have-Nots. You know, other people out there who do. Who knows? Maybe this will lead to a collaboration of some kind. Have and Have Not Season 6, basically May 7th when the show returns. Everything we know about the series so far, you know, in that upcoming season. Let's see. My video going over if Oscar was working for the FBI in regards to making sure Charles did not win the election. Another big video, why do I like Alex, pretty much going into the origin story as to why she's my favorite character on If Loving You Is Wrong, despite everything her character represents. Who is the baby daddy for Alex? That's another big one. Once I get more information, I'll talk about, you know, Viacom being dropped from DirecTV. And there is another, oh yeah, another video. It's almost like the video I did about who is Derek David. It's kind of a follow-up to that, talking more in depth about, is there another person with the lion tattoo who is the one who actually raped Hannah? So this video is going to be kind of like a what if fan fiction kind of thing, if you will, where I will be taking information from the show, but I'm really more in tune of what if Hannah does accept that job from Catherine to work at the hotel, and then that leads to her meeting the actual guy who raped her. But that will be its own video, because if I talk too much, you'll know where I'm going with this. So that, I'd say that video, the Alex baby daddy one, and then the is Oscar working for the FBI, I think those are the 3 big videos I have in the works, while the other 6 or 7 are kind of, you know, they might be 5 to 10 minutes long, but we'll have to wait and see. Aside from that, I'm updating Patreon. I haven't touched that since May of last year. I think I only have 1 patron, but, you know, Patreon is where you can donate. Unfortunately, I don't have the funds where I can do like different tiers where if you do $5 a month you get this, or $10 a month you get that, because to be honest, when I make videos, I make them for everyone. I know when it comes down to it, a lot of successful YouTube channels out there have Patreon tiers where people who pay a certain amount get exclusive things that other people don't, like, you know, bonus videos. For example, Kev on Stage and Doughboy have Righteous and Ratchet. This morning, I love Righteous and Ratchet. I finally became a $5 a month patron, so I get the bonus episodes. I watched 2 of those in a row, and I love them. But, you know, they have a team of people. It's like, you know, Doughboy, Kev, Josh, and everybody. It's just me doing this. Like, I'm the one recording these videos, coming up with the theories, editing, and all, and sharing on social media. So, you know, this is my full-time job. I don't have the funds to have exclusive things on yet. Who knows? Who knows what next year will bring? But if you would love to donate to the channel, I'd really appreciate that, because I do believe that a friend of mine recommended getting one of those Razer computer chairs. It's very good for YouTubers who, well, sit a lot, especially those who stream video games and whatnot, which I don't. Or if you, again, just sit a lot or do live streams, those chairs are $300. So, I mean, I could get one right now, but that wouldn't be a smart financial move for me to just drop $300 like that at once. So if you would like to donate to my computer chair fund, there is a link to my PayPal account in the description below, as well as my social media, Twitter, Facebook group, Facebook page, and eBay. My store is empty right now, but I do need to reload it. I did sell a lot of stuff last week, but you know, that money I'm kind of stockpiling because, you know, tax return money and all that good stuff and holiday money, that isn't going to last forever, even though the holidays will be here again before you know it. I'm really trying to be better this year in terms of my spending habits, putting money into savings, retirement funds, student loans, building my credit score. Because remember, this last year was like my 1 year free trial, if you will, when it comes to being a full-time YouTuber. But 2019, I've really been about making smarter decisions in order to keep this going for as long as I can. So if you have a dollar, if you have $5, $10, $2, anything that you would just like to send my way, hit me up on PayPal and you can send it. That would be amazing. It's not a requirement, but if you feel like you would love to support me in the channel by sending a couple bucks my way, I would very much appreciate it. But aside from that, you've heard about the videos, my little soapbox about money. But aside from that, guys, just know that even though the haves and the have-nots is gone, May 7th will be here before you know it. If Loving You Is Wrong is on the air, and I'll be covering that. But just because the haves and the have-nots is gone does not mean there are not other topics for me to discuss. I think the last thing I wanted to mention is the fact that there is a, maybe, I don't want to say mini series, but like a series of videos I want to talk about, kind of like in regards to Kelly. It's like, you know, maybe I'll title it like how to improve blank, because I talked about in various videos, my least favorite characters on the haves and the have-nots. Wyatt, Benny, Jeffrey, Justin, if all four of them got killed off or written off, I would not care. But instead of just doing what we all do is just complain, why not just do a video on each character talking about how to improve them? You know, if these characters are going to stick around for a while, which based off behind the scenes stuff, I believe they are, why not just try to improve on them? So I will definitely consider doing that. And aside from Justin, Jeffrey, Wyatt, and Benny, let me know if there are any other characters you feel deserve to be written into that category. I'd love to cover them because that'll be fun things to talk about during the brief hiatus we have going on here. But as always, you know, if you are unable to donate any money, I get it. Times are tough because, you know, a lot of people probably didn't get as much tax money back as they used to, or they're in the same boat as me trying to pay off student loans. And Tyler Perry, I know you paid off a few people's student loans and as well as holiday layaways. But if you want to hit your boy up, you know, because I talk about your show so much and get people hyped, that would be great. If you want to help me out with my student loans, I'd really appreciate that. I really would. I got multiple degrees, so I finished school. I just haven't finished paying off them loans. So yeah. But yeah, if you are unable to donate any funds, that's completely fine. You just watching this video, sharing it around, subscribing, telling people about it, the more subscribers and views, the more money comes in so I could pay bills and have money for giveaways, have money for a new computer chair and whatnot. That really does mean a lot. So with that being said, you know, that's enough of that. New videos are on the way. So please be patient. The bigger ones I talked about, like another person with the lion tattoo, Alex's baby daddy, and Oscar working for the FBI, they will be coming probably this week without a doubt, because next week I'm probably going to be home for a few days, probably from maybe Wednesday to Saturday. I haven't decided yet, but we shall see. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to reading your thoughts on this topic. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.